Welcome to today's Vinyasa Flow Yoga practice. We have 1 more minute to go live. I hope you can hear me clearly. So please give me a thumbs up if you can. Okay, thank you. So for today's practice, if you are going to practice with me, you will need a long pillow. Maybe a king size pillow would be good, and also a small one, a standard pillow, or a small bolster, something which is smaller than the king size pillow would be good too. So we need 2 pillows today for the later part of our practice, just for a back bend. And it's 5 o'clock. We are officially live. Welcome all to Tuesday's Vinyasa Flow Yoga practice hosted by Hoboken Public Library. My name is Priya and I'm a certified yoga instructor. So welcome all. So for today's practice, we are going to begin with a gentle sitting asanas to warm up our body, and then later we have everything. We have a 3-legged dog pose, working on our upper body, working on our lower body, one of the balancing poses and a back bend, followed by a child's pose or balasana. So let's get ready. Get onto your mats, get onto your carpets, sitting up nice and tall, lift your spine up, lifting the back of your head, the back of your skull, and the crown of your head, lifting up towards the sky. Roll your shoulders behind your back, supporting your spine, and allow your palms to be gently rested onto the thighs, facing up the sky. Elbows are gently dangling by your torso. Push your pelvis forward and down into the block or blanket under your seat. And then gently bring in your palms together at the heart center in Anjali Mudra or prayer position. And we'll begin with one chant of Om. Take a deep inhale. Om. Gently bow your head to your heart and slowly lift your head up. Bring your palms back onto your thighs and gently open your eyes. So today we are going to begin with sitting cat and cow. So interlace your fingers, allow your palms to face you, your chest, and then extend your arms out towards the front at shoulder height. Maintain the length in your spine. Inhale and begin to lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Allow your shoulders to go up a little bit, just to notice the length you can get in your side body. Exhale and slowly begin to get it back towards the front, and at the same time rounding your spine behind your back in a cat pose. Notice the stretch and keep reaching your fingers forward as you take your back, round your back behind. Inhale and lift yourself up again. Reaching your fingers up towards the ceiling. Exhale and allow your back to round behind it. Inhale, one last time, take a nice stretch here. And as you exhale, drawing your belly in, allowing your back to round up, reaching your arms forward. Beautiful. Inhale, slowly come back up. Release your fingers and get them back onto your mat. Now keeping the right fingertips besides your right hip. Inhale, lift your left arm up, and as you exhale, let's take it over to the side, towards the right side, opening the left side. Pressing that left leg down into the mat. Taking your gaze from under your shoulder up towards the ceiling if possible. Inhale and slowly lift yourself up. Left fingertips comes beside the left hip. Inhale, lift the right arm up, and as you exhale, let's take it over to the left side. Keep pressing that right knee down. Inhale and slowly lift yourself up. Inhale, sweep both your arms up. And as you exhale, let's take a twist towards the right side. Resting your left palm onto that right knee. Right fingertips come behind your right hip. Twisting your body towards the right. Going a little deeper with each out breath. Beautiful. Inhale, slowly lift yourself up again. And as you exhale, let's take it over to the left side. Keep pressing your right hand onto that left knee to go a little deeper. Keeping your spine, the back of your neck in one line, chin parallel to the ground. Inhale, slowly lift your arms up and get them back onto your mat. Let's take the block out from our sitting bones and let's get into our tabletop position. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Allow your two elbow creases to face each other so that there is no hyperextension in your arms, so that we are not hurting our elbows at any time. Get your knees under your hips, curl your toes behind. So come onto your tippy toes behind. And now transferring your weight onto your arms, onto your hands, lift your knees up. Few inches off the mat, hovering your knees here. Warming up our upper body, our arms, shoulder blades. Beautiful. 2 more breaths here. And slowly as you exhale, get your knees down. Keep your toes curled behind. Walk your hands a little further away from where they are. Keeping your hips lifted up. Just get your forehead onto the mat. Elbows stay lifted. Armpits, shoulders stay lifted. Notice the stretch. Keep breathing. Beautiful. On your next inhale, slowly lift yourself up and back in our Adho Mukha Svanasana or downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here to find your downward dog. Moving back and forth on your toes and taking your heels closer towards the mat. Pushing your hands into the mat. Lengthening your spine. Sending energy up through your spine, over your hips, back into each leg, into each heel. And then slowly begin to walk your hands towards your feet this time. Coming into our forward fold or Uttanasana. Keeping a micro bend in your knees, allowing your lower abs to rest on the top of your thigh bones. Fingers are rested onto the mat or onto a block. Release your head towards the earth and notice the deep stretch in your hamstrings. Inhale and slowly begin to come up one vertebrae at a time, taking your own time to come up. Head should be the last thing to roll up. Tuck your tailbone in, draw your belly in, and come to a Tadasana or a mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your arms up over your head. Exhale, join your palms, bring it back towards the heart center and begin to hinge at the hips, pushing your hips behind. Heart stays lifted, head is the last thing to come onto the mat, towards the mat. And then slowly walk your hands to come to a plank or Falakasana. Now make sure, again, your fingers are spread nicely. Elbow creases are facing each other. A micro bend is there in your elbows. Your complete backside, the universal side, is in one line. Heels reaching towards the back wall. Inhale, and as you exhale, begin to push your weight onto your hands, coming forward, and then finding your chaturanga. Resting your belly onto the mat. Inhale, slowly allow your heart and head to come up in a cobra or bhujangasana. Keep pressing the tops of your toes into the mat. Take your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, curl your toes here and lift your hips up and back in our downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Bend your right knee, get that right heel closer towards that right hip, opening the entire right side of your body. Making sure you are still pressing your hands, pushing that earth away from you. Keeping your shoulders squared. And as you exhale, slowly bring that right knee forward, plant your right foot in between your hands to the front, lifting your torso up, coming into our crescent lunge or high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Roll your pinkies in if you would like to relax your shoulders here. Go a little deeper. So high lunge is when the heel is lifted up. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring your hands at the heart center in prayer position. Keeping the length in your side body. As you exhale your next breath, take a twist here in our high lunge or Parivritta Anjaneyasana, revolving twist. Keep pressing your palms against each other and keep that back leg nice and strong. Inhale, and as you exhale, slowly bring that left leg forward, making your way into a revolved chair. Hook your left elbow against the outside of your right knee. Don't allow your right hips to stick out. Continue pushing them back. Knees should not cross your toes. Beautiful. Inhale. Slowly release the twist. Come back to the center and lift your arms up. The quads may be on fire right now. Keeping your spine nice and straight behind your back. Sending that tailbone down. Slowly exhale. Take a stretch. Reach your arms out. Exhale, join your palms and bring it back towards the heart center. Take a break. Relax. Shake your legs. And again, get your hands here in prayer position at the heart center. Inhale and begin to lift your arms up. As you exhale, begin to sink your hips down, coming into chair again. Notice the arms are framing your ears. I know it's a little difficult to keep your arms up here, sending that blood from the heart towards the tip of our fingers is a little challenging here. One more breath, and then as you exhale, join your palms, bring in towards the heart center. Keeping the lift in your spine and your side body as you exhale your next breath. Let's take a twist here in our chair pose. Keeping your hands pressed against each other. Keep breathing. And then slowly get your right leg behind, making your way into our Parivritta Anjaneyasana. Twisted crescent lunge or revolving crescent lunge. Beautiful. Inhale, reach your arms up again for our high lunge. Send that energy into that back heel. Allow that front quad to go on fire. Beautiful. One more breath here. And as you exhale, let's take our hands to frame our left foot. Time for a vinyasa. Left leg goes back into a plank or phalakasana. Go through your checklist. Draw your belly in to support your spine. Inhale. And as you exhale, transfer your weight onto your forearms, on your hands, and slowly begin to come down in one piece in our Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale for a cobra and exhale it out in downward facing dog. Take 2 full breaths here. In through your nose and out through your mouth, side out. One more time. Take a big inhale and side out. Beautiful. Inhale. Lift the right leg up. And as you exhale, slowly plant that foot towards the front and between your hands. Now this time we are going to make our way into our warrior one. So here just drop your heel so that the toes are pointing towards the left corner of the mat, and lift your torso up. If you have tightness in your hips, you can take a wider stance in between your feet so you can get your left foot a little further away to help you find your balance in warrior one or Virabhadrasana one. Settle down from the pelvic floor, drawing energy from your feet up into the core of your pelvis and send it out in each direction. Beautiful. Inhale, and as you exhale, let's open it out in our warrior two. Now notice that the front knee stays bent at 90 degrees, exactly above your right ankle, while the back foot becomes parallel to the shorter edge of the mat. In our warrior two, torso is in the center, belly is sucked in, again to hold our spine nice and up. Gaze is on the right fingertips. Inhale and begin to straighten your front knee. Flip your front palm, and as you exhale, let's take a variation in our peaceful warrior. Notice the stretch. You can keep your gaze up towards the ceiling, or if you have issues like vertigo, migraine, you can keep your gaze on your left toes. Wherever you are today. Beautiful. Inhale. Slowly come back up. Keeping the straight knee, extend out and over that front leg, coming into a Trikonasana or triangle pose. Resting the front hand either onto the shin bone or on the ankle or inside or outside of that right foot. You can also take a block to support it. Beautiful. Inhale, slowly make your way into our warrior two. And then get your hands to frame that right foot. Right foot goes back into a plank. And time for our vinyasa. Exhale, bring your weight forward onto your hands, coming down in one piece, resting your belly onto the mat. Inhale, lift yourself up in Bhujangasana or upward facing dog. When the knees come off the mat, it's upward facing dog. Exhale, curl your toes behind and lift yourself back up in downward facing dog. Take 2 full breaths here to come back to the natural rhythm. And let's take it over to the other side. Inhale, lift your left leg up and step it through in between your hands to the front of the mat, dropping that right heel so that the toes are now pointing towards the right corner, lifting your torso up in our warrior one. Making sure that the pelvis is nice and parallel to the front edge of the mat. Keep breathing and keep sending out energy from the core out through the fingertips. Beautiful. Inhale. As you exhale, let's open it up in our warrior two. Now the back leg, back foot becomes parallel to the shorter edge of the mat. Hands are at shoulder height. Reaching out, sending energy out in both the directions. Inhale, and slowly begin to straighten your front knee. Flip the front palm. As you exhale, let's go for our peaceful warrior. Shanti Vira, a little variation by keeping our knees straight. Noticing the stretch here. Right from the pelvic floor, out through the fingertips. Inhale, slowly come back up, reach out, and then over onto that left leg. Making our way into our Trikonasana or triangle pose. Stacking your shoulders, stacking your arms, one above the other. Inhale, and slowly begin to lift yourself up in our warrior two again. Beautiful. And let's get our hands down to frame our left foot. Left leg goes back into a plank. Time for our Chaturanga Dandasana. Push yourself forward and then come down as you exhale. Inhale for a cobra or an up dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana or downward facing dog. Beautiful. With your next inhale, begin to walk your feet up towards the front, coming into our forward fold or Uttanasana. Inhale and sweep your arms up, slowly coming up, making our way in our Urdhva Hastasana. Take a stretch, take a back bend. Exhale, join your palms together and bring it back towards the heart center. Beautiful. Moving towards the balancing poses. So a couple of weeks ago, we did a reclining version of this pose, the big toe hold, where we grab hold of our big toe with our right hand or right index finger and thumb, and slowly we took it towards the other side. So today we will try the upright version. So get your hands onto your hips. Ground all four corners of your feet. Spread your toes nice and wide. Lift your kneecaps up, that engages your quads. And slowly begin to lift your right leg up. Bend your knee at 90 degrees. With your right hand, support your right knee and slowly begin to take it towards the right side. Opening your hip, externally rotating that right hip from that right hip socket. Hold it here for some time and then slowly bring it back towards the front and get that right foot back onto the mat. So if you have any balance issues, it's always a good idea to go by the wall and take support of the wall, at least initially, and slowly as you practice, you eventually develop balance and you will be able to do it more without the support of the wall. So let's take it over to the left side, then I'll go by the wall again. So again, make sure that the right foot is nice and strong. Engage your quads. Press to the top of your thigh bones, rooted firmly down into the mat. Lift your left leg up. Keep a 90-degree bend in your left knee and slowly begin to take it out towards the left side. Keep breathing. So this is a beginner's big toe hold pose or Utthita Hasta Padangushtasana. Now for those of you who want to go for a little challenging pose. Again, what is a good place to try it out first? So root all four corners of your left foot, lift your right knee up. So you can hold your with this. Now with your index finger and with your thumb, hold your big toe, extend it out, and then slowly, externally rotating that right hip, slowly take it towards the right side. Keep in mind, focus is very important, as well as your breath. Beautiful. Slowly come back to the center, bend your knee and get your leg back onto the mat. Let's right over onto the left side. Round all four corners of your right foot. Bend the left knee. With the index finger and with the thumb, grab hold of the big toe. Slowly begin to extend your leg out. And then externally rotating that left leg, take it out towards the left side. Keep breathing. Keep your drishti, keep your focus on some point fixed in front of you. Beautiful. Slowly bring it back towards the front. Bend that knee and get your foot back onto the mat. You can relax your feet, legs. Beautiful. We have 5 more minutes. Getting into our Virasana or hero's pose. So again, a few weeks back, we did this pose where we took our buttocks in between our legs. So today we are going to try that as well as the reclining version of the hero's pose. So you can keep a short distance in between your knees. Get your hips a little down. Take that flesh of your calf muscles a little away. Taking your legs a little towards the sides to create space here for your sitting bones to rest. So that your feet are now just outside your hips. If you have issues sitting like this, you can take a block here. So this is a basic hero's pose where you get to rest your buttocks in between your legs or on the floor. It helps to strengthen our thighs, hamstrings, ankles. So if you have bad knees, just be careful with this. Do with someone who is like a teacher or under a supervision. So today we are going to go for a reclining version of our hero pose, and for that we need a long pillow like a king pillow and a smaller one. So if you think you can get into the hero's pose, then only you can try the reclining version at home. So let's get into our hero's pose first. Let's take that flesh away from our calves. Let's get our buttocks down and then just take this pillow right here behind the sacrum to support you. Slowly transferring your weight onto your hands, keeping your thigh bones parallel to each other, not allowing the knees to splay out, and then slowly getting your weight. So this is the easier version of Supta Virasana or reclining hero's pose, where you are supported. Those who find this a little easy and want to try a little challenging pose here can get rid of the top pillow. You can keep one pillow. Transfer your weight onto your hands first, then onto your elbows, and then allow your body to come down. Extending your lower back. Notice if your ribs, if they just jut out of your body, slightly press them. It's because of the tightness in your groin that they tend to come up. So gently press them down. Taking your pubic closer towards the navel will help you to lengthen your lower back. You can stay here It's like a restorative pose, a restorative back bend. And if you want to go for a full expression of the pose, then you can get rid of the pillow. Again, slowly transferring your weight onto your hands, then onto your elbows, then slowly coming down. Resting your back, resting your shoulders, palms facing down. Making sure that the knees don't go away too much. They are in line with your hips and the thigh bones are still parallel to each other. Reclining hero's pose. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Now slowly get your elbows up and then slowly come up. So after back bend, it's good idea to have a forward fold like in child's pose or balasana. So allow your knees to go wide apart. The big toes are touching behind your back. And then slowly sink into that space which you have created just for yourself. Resting your forehead onto the mat. Resting your arms, resting your elbows. Coming back to your breath. Coming back home. Focusing your attention on your breath. Inhale and slowly begin to lift yourself up. Just get your knees together. Allow your toes point towards the back side straight without letting them curl in our Vajrasana or the Thunderbolt pose. Noticing your heartbeat. Noticing how your body feels right now. And then gently bring in the palms together at the heart center. As we close our practice with one chant of Om. Take a deep inhale. Gently bow your head to your heart in gratitude for the gift of this day in our lives. Namaste. Thanks for joining today. I hope you liked the practice. Do let me know in the comments below. Thank you, and I'll see you next Tuesday at 5 o'clock here on Hoboken Library's Facebook page. Until then, do take good care of yourself. Namaste.